What's good, YouTube? And it's Terrence back with that Fantasy Network. And I just wanted to check out this video. Steve Smith, big board. I mean, he has been putting out some good stuff when it comes to wide receivers, and he's gaining a lot of popularity. And I just wanted to see if I agree with him or not. Let's see if what he got to say.
When I'm looking at wide receivers, here's some of the things that I'm going to look at. I'm looking at his size,
Okay.
length, strength, physical tools. People laugh at me when they've said fluidity. That's what here on my list. Fluidity. Is he smooth or rigid? Toughness, hand size, hand strength, pluck ability. When now I'm not gonna point this out, but these are the evaluation that I'm looking at. Pluck ability has to do with hands. When I say he body catches it, talking about that plucking a football with confidence out of the air, movement off the ball, escape press, acceleration, burst, suddenness, speed, quickness, drop away, in and out of cuts, hips around attacking the ball, ability to get deep, ability to separate, route running / polish, tempo, can he change it up, body movement, adjustment to the ball, tracking ability, can he track the football, make tough catches, leaping ability, ball skills, contested catches, catch radius, hand placement. Here's the other two, the ones I like. Is he a natural catcher and circus catching? Now, here's some of the things that you need to, they have it under here. That's how we have it. Position must as a wide receiver, then it has slot, and then the most important part, fourth wide receiver. And this is something I was rereading it, going over it, something that
You see, my man, him being a potential future Hall of Famer himself. I know it's hard to get in the Hall of Fame as a wide receiver, but hey, the man was a superstar, and he knows his stuff when it comes to wide receivers. And a lot of the things, hey, I definitely agree with. Well, I agree with it all because I respect his analysts. But as far as what I'm looking for when I just look to do an eye test, some of the things he did say.
they say must have position flexibility to play both inside and outside, X, Z, or F. Must have good football intelligence to learn with few reps. That's the fourth wide receiver. So you got to know everything without actually doing anything. Think about that. This is something that really stood out to me that I want to emphasize when you're the fourth wide receiver. This is a young buck. I'm doing some workouts tomorrow with some guys here locally. And I'm gonna emphasize this. You must be mature to understand and embrace his limited role in the offense as a fourth wide receiver. You have to be okay with you not getting reps and understand that the guy before you happens to be named Justin Jefferson. So
Sure.
you ain't getting no
Yeah.
reps,
The guy,
sucker.
the guy behind him is Jordan Addison. So good luck.
The guy
Yeah.
behind him, Jordan Addison, who's a first round pick too.
Right. Yeah.
So you ain't getting no reps. So stop crying. Last part, fourth wide receiver. I'm gonna say this in monotone voice, like a coach. Must be able to contribute on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
That is the last must. You must do that if you're the fourth wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Must have savviness to overcome some physical limitations to get open and catch the football. So all y'all sitting around on the YouTube that trying to do your stuff and talk about, man,
Look, I thought it was real important, what he said, even though we haven't got into this prospect yet, but what him, a lot of these wide receivers, of course, are not going to get high draft capital. A lot of them are going to be going into situations where they're four down on the depth chart, and hey, he breaking down what it takes to make your way up the depth chart and what type of mentality you have to have. So I'm gonna fast forward and we gonna look for his prospect talks.
He's limited, but he
What a treat.
okay. You before we end this, my big board of 2024.
What a treat.
Okay. You obviously know Marvin Harrison Jr.
Heard of him.
I never heard of him before. I have just a few notes on here. What you're gonna hear from me is what makes him so good. He's not perfect, but what makes him so good, you will hear. Malik Neighbors, we'll talk about him next week.
Yeah.
Roma Duzier, 6'3", 215. Watching some film on him. The problem I have with him right now is throughout the season, they didn't play a lot of great competition. That's been the knock on why they were in the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
However, he played Washington State, Portland State. There's some games where he did well. There's some games he just did okay. Like him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and as you see, he is making his way down the board because he mentioned Marvis Harris, of course, my number one. He mentioned Neighbors, my number two. He mentioned the Doozy, which is currently in the tier as my number three. So he is making his way down the board, and I like a Doomsday. And if everything goes well, he would be my clear number three. I mean, right now I got him tiered off by my prospect score that I have, and right now who's in that tier, and I might throw some shockers for you. It's gonna be a Dunze, Troy Franklin, and just off of my prospect score is Jermaine Burton. So nobody talking about Jermaine Burton. I'm just letting you know off my prospect score, he's in that tier. But a lot of these people will fall, off as the process go because at first we have the prospect process, where before we get the information and then we get the combine and pro day and we start getting athletic numbers and then of course we have the draft capital. And I don't know, I've always liked Jermaine Burton. Now he may be a one trick pony, not 100% sure, but he's scoring high for me currently as a with a prospect score. But Roman and Duze definitely have a chance. With him and Franklin, it's really him and Franklin. When I look at it, I'm I got Jermaine Burton in there with the prospect score, but it's really a Doomsday and Franklin. Like, if I'm being honest, because anybody that listen to my channel know I have badges that goes along with players, and a Doomsday and Franklin have more badges going on next to them than Burton. So he probably is not in that tier, but I do like him. But let's get back to this.
Guy, I think that's more interesting than him is Poke.
Yeah, Jalen.
Uh, okay, so and I love this. Here's where my process is going to be questioned because I hear people talk about Jalen Polk, and I'm not. I mean, I like this film. I saw this film. I like this film, but I'm not high on him. I'm not high on him. I mean, I didn't see the separation I would like from a wide receiver. Like I don't, he's you're a good contested catcher. I really don't want you to be a good contested catcher as my wide receiver unless you're like 6'4". Okay, you want to go up and vertically separate? Fine. If that's your superpower, I'm fine with that if you're 6'4". But you're 6'2", most likely 6'1", and that's your trait. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm not on the jail and poke train, but I will say, like I said, I did like his film. He looks looks like he's more than athletic enough, but when it comes to yards per route run, hey, I mean, he's average to me.
Yes. Coleman for Florida State, 6'4", 215. Watching him, watching some things. He does some good things. Does some good things. Not gonna tip my hat.
Keon Coleman, yeah. So yeah, I feel the same way. There's some good things, but the bright red flag, Lord, under 2 yards per route run. Oh no. Oh no. That's like I said. There is some people. This would be a type of person prospect like in the past. I would love because I'm not looking deep into the analytical numbers. I see the size. I see the arm length. I see the contested catches. I see the special team. I see a little yak. But then when you look, when you put the magnifying glass on it, you be like, ugh, whoa. So I'm gonna let other people draft him. I can't do it.
Hat. Okay.
Okay.
Mitchell from Texas. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Got some
I'm ready because a lot of people like Mitchell. A lot of people like him. So let me know what you got to say, homie.
folks not. The hook 'em horn, so folks not gonna like it. But I'm gonna just tell you right now, 90% body catcher. That's what I wrote. 90% body catcher. You can get mad at me for saying it. I'm just telling you what my eyes can see. And
Right.
yes, I'm wearing my glasses when I'm watching film. So I just want y'all to know. Okay? Xavier.
I didn't even see. I didn't even see the body catching that you talking about. But I put on Twitter and I was like, guess what? Y'all don't have to worry about me infringing on your AD Mitchell shares. You can have it all. You can have it all because I think people are enamored with his size. Let's be honest. If this man was 6 foot, would you feel the same way? You just begin the roster bait when you start seeing 6'4", and he moved well for 6'4". But when you look at that yards per route run, it should scare you away.
Worthy.
Legley.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Leggett.
Leggett.
Leggett. Yeah, South Carolina.
My comp right now. When you want to know who he reminds me of?
Debo.
Nope.
Okay, let's hear it then.
DK Metcalf.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Slightly better.
At this,
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up. Let me finish. Maybe slightly better.
this stage or today, head to head, at this stage of DK's career, or like DK
DK
right now.
Metcalf, slightly better. That's all I'm saying.
Hold up, Steve. Look, hold up, Steve. Look here, look here. Look at, look at. Let me get to him. Xavier Leggett. If anybody know about him, that man did nothing for 4 years, receiving wise, and went crazy his 5th year. He went crazy. I like this film. I just have concerns. That's all I want to say. I have concerns, but the man is good. He has small hands. I don't like that. 6'1", 223. That's a thick boy. He's thick. He's thick. He can play. I'm gonna say that. At the end of the day, it's all about draft capital. You know, I'm I'm gonna let the draft capital and the team decide how I feel on Xavier Leggett because he is not bad. I'm just gonna say I have concerns. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
Worthy. He's a body catcher.
The other Xavier, yeah. That's
Yep. Xavier Worthy. Hook 'em horns.
Mhm.
I'm high on Xavier Worthy. I have heard people talk about his drop rate, and it's not his PFF passes on target drop rate is not bad enough for me to have concern about. I will say that it's not bad enough for me to have a concern about. I like this film. I really have this guy high. I didn't see the body catches he was talking about. Um, what bothered me, his PF grade worsened each season. He had he had the Benjamin Buttons of PFF grades. I don't like that. Like he probably was he had a great freshman season, and it just got worse and worse from there. So I don't like that, but I really like him. So I think this is a player that can continue to get better. So this is a player I'm willing to bet on.
Number one, 6'1". After Thanksgiving, he's 172 pounds. You want to know what my comp is? Taller version than Tank Dell.
Okay. All right.
Guess what? Give me that! Give me that!
All right.
You like that, don't you?
Well, cause I always try and think. I mean, I'm stuck in size comparisons, so I was trying to think like all I know about Worthy is he's very fast. You know what I mean? So
See,
Tank.
you're stuck in size. I'm saying what do you that's the
No, for
first thing
sure.
the first thing I thought was like, bro, I'm watching Tank Dell, just a taller
I
version.
mean, we came from the Leggett. It was a
Yeah.
perfect,
You got swole
the
bones.
smallest of bones. Yeah.
You got swole bones to sticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jalen Pope, Washington.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you here's what he is to me. He's a dog. Dog mentality.
Mhm.
But he's a dog with damn rabies. He got some dog in him that you just don't see. I'm foaming at the mouth. You ain't gonna put him out the pasture like old Yeller, but you're gonna get with him. Kid from Georgia, like him. I like him. I gotta watch both years, but very savvy,
Yeah.
uh, really good.
I already told you, of course, McConkey stood out Senior Bowl. Probably going to get late second round, early third round draft capital. But I mean, I'm not excited about him. But
Thomas Jr. for LSU.
Yeah.
He's growing on me still.
of course, look, when it comes to these wide receivers with sizes, and hey, I've been one of them. People get excited when they see 6'4", 200 pounds. I mean, hey, it's roster bait time. It's roster bait time. Hey man, people get excited, and I like Brian Thomas film. Got the nice size. Yeah, this is going to be a this is going to be a good player. I like this player. On another network, they was comparing Brian Thomas and Xavier Worthy, and they're in the same tier for me. I'm not mad if you take Brian Thomas over him, but look, don't get so caught up on hype. As my co-host Jay said, when you think about the best producer in fantasy football, how tall are they? Are they like 5'10" to 6 foot, like around that area? They're not 6'4". Like you're not seeing your wide receiver one overall ever be that tall. So you're seeing more Xavier Worthy than Brian Thomas's. So don't get so caught up on height. But I do like Brian Thomas. Don't get that twisted. You know,
Still got to watch a little bit more.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, possibly. I'm going on record today. The kid from Western Kentucky,
So I was hoping you were going to say Malachi Corley. That's right.
Malachi Corley is.
Mm-hmm.
He is my steal of the draft. Just
woo! Let me go look at it because I'm a Malachi Corley fan. Let's see. Nope. Sorry, Steve. I mean, he could be if he get in the right scheme. He could be. He has the production. He has the skill and talent. The problem is he had a serious low 8 out, and he's a slot receiver. So if he goes to the right offense where he is schemed, because this man can break tackles. 2022, most missed tackles forced after reception, most yak yards. Hey, so he can play, but is this a guy that can be dropped in any on any team in any receiving core and make it do what it do? I don't think so. I don't think so. At least that's not what his college team was doing for him. So with this low 8 out, that scares me. That scares the hell out of me. But in a right system with the right offensive coordinator, he can be a serious weapon. A serious weapon. So that's I do agree to him. The ceiling is tantalizing if everything goes right.
right now, he's not only the best player on his team.
Mm-hmm. He is the team.
He is the team, but he got that dog in him too.
He sure does. Yeah.
One of the things I already noticed when I was watching this film, though, he's gonna have to learn how to put the ball in both hands. He only puts the ball in one hand.
Okay.
What I wrote on here after watching a little bit of his film. I said I want to go back and watch his whole entire game against Ohio State.
Okay.
That's the game I want to watch. I want to see how he does against better talent.
It's
Because I
basically
think
an
he's
NFL
going to
team,
get
yeah.
clumped. He's going to get clumped into he didn't play any good competition. He didn't. But the competition he did play on, he was doing this the whole game. Little guy, little guy, little guy.
Yeah. And
He is the dude that he is the still of the draft thus far that I've seen already.
oh yeah.
Okay. Troy Franklin from
Colorado
Oregon.
State.
So he just gave a stamp of approval for Malachi Corley. You know, like I said, hey, there is a lot of eye-opening things. It's just he got to get with the right system for me. Troy Franklin, look. He took a while to get to Troy Franklin. I got Troy Franklin high. He right there below Doomsday for me. So now look, now he didn't say all this body catching. When I looked at Troy Franklin highlights, and I did enjoy it, I seen by a lot of body catching. So please, I need you to point out this body catching. And he has a high on target drop rate percentage. Oh my goodness. 10%? Oh Lord, that's high. Let's see what he got to say though.
Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking of the other Troy.
Troy Franklin from Oregon.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Jordan Addison.
Okay.
That's my comp. That's how I see him. Now here, this is where some people gonna get a little butt hurt. Johnny Wilson,
Florida
my
State.
man, number 14 for Florida State, 6'7", 237 pounds. He is not a good multitasker. That boy can't chew gum and tie his shoe at the same time. It's struggling. Some people, when you look at the size, 6'7", 237 pounds, we hear this word. We heard it by a lot of people. He's a freak. Maybe at night, but it ain't on the football field. I'm just telling
Woo! That boy got bars. But hey, that dude is ranked low for me. Now, hey, if he was to convert to a tight end, he'll be up there. He'll be in my because I got Brock Bowers in the tier alone. Then I got Javavian Sanders in the second tier, and then I got a number of tight ends in the third tier, and he's in my third tier. Like he will be in my third tier. So, but as a tight end, yeah, I got a lot of questions. Like he would have to go out there and kill the combine to make me like, okay, now I'm intrigued. Like him just being 6'6", you don't really see that in wide receivers. 6'6", 237. But I seen him at the Senior Bowl. Hey, that length, that length is apparent. You can see the length. It's just like it's just. mm. There might be others that's high on him than me. He would have to go to the combine and look really impressive for me to be in on Johnny Wilson.
Tell you, I'm in my bag right now,
I
just
love
to
it.
let you know.
I love it.
All right, Mr. Rice, Jerry Rice's son. That's
USC.
what people go associate him. My comp, I've never seen anyone outside of him and this other guy that I'm referring. He is Isaiah Pacheco. Runs he runs his route harder than anyone known to mankind, bro. I was wanting him. I was watching his film. So when I watch him with my laptop, I have my PlayStation
Yeah.
controller so I can zip through. My daughter went back. She said, "Why is he running so hard, Dad?"
Who's he mad at? Yeah.
I, I said, I thought it was me. She said, "Man, just the hand and gyrations of
Yeah.
the head. He looks like he's going. He looked like he going. He looked like he's going to get a crick in his neck. That's how hard he's running. Oh man,
Damn. Brian, let's see. Brendan Rice. I like this film. I like this film. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he didn't earn any of my badges, so I guess depending on the draft capital, he seemed like he'll be a decent player. Nothing special. Like I said, he ain't earned any of my badges. He's team no badges. And who knows? Maybe when I get more information that'll change. But currently, I mean, he just a regular degular player. But like I said, I did like his film.
all right. Walker from UNC
Yeah.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
He's quick and fast. He needs to focus on catching the ball a little bit better. 6'3", 200 pounds. I know he was behind the eight ball, but
Yeah. NCAA kind
I,
of screwed him over this year.
yes,
But
he did. I think he should have went back in college. I think he came out too early, and I think his draft stock is dropping as we speak. As I'm talking right now, his draft stock is dropping. When he gets to the combine, I just even talked to some guys. They said, man, he should have went back to college. I don't think he's going to be. He's ranked 18th right now. PFF has him as
I don't know if he's saying PFF have him ranked 18th or he have him ranked 18th. Like where do I have him ranked? Oh yeah, he's down there. He's down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Yeah. I got him ranked super low. I have him ranked super low. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's just nothing stood out. Nothing stood out, and and he is not 6'3". When he got measured in at the Senior Bowl, he is 6'1", 197. So he's just not real a special player. Like I'm good. I didn't even see, even though he's supposed to be fast, I didn't even see the separation like that, on film. So nah, I'm good. I'll let somebody else draft him.
101. I think he's a day. He may be a day two guy or day three. He's going to be in
Okay.
the fourth round.
I think he goes. I think after the combine, especially, he comes back into that day two conversation. But
No, he won't.
well, what I'm
No, he
saying
won't.
is,
He
if
said no, he won't.
his
Not if they
quarterbacks,
if they get him they
his
get him on
quarterback's
the
going
board.
top three in this draft, I can understand why he didn't want to go back one more year.
He should have went back
Or
because
he should
or
have transferred
transfer.
then. He should have transferred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's too much.
Yeah.
His
Why would I
his
trust the NCAA to do me right this time when they
yeah, I
just
know.
didn't last year? You know what I mean? I get
His,
why
his
he's like, I'm
draft
done with them.
his draft stock is dropping. Okay.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, with Dez, um, he transferred, and I guess the NCAA was giving him trouble, and I think he set out a month before he got to play, something like that. But yeah, if your quarterback leaving and you can't transfer again because you just had trouble, yeah, you might as well come out. So I understand the decision. Totally understand the decision.
Wilson from Michigan, he's ranked 22nd. I think
Rome,
he's gonna move up. I was very impressed with him.
he made every play that
Yep.
Michigan needed. Like, he just seems like a guy. If he ends up on the Chiefs, forget about it. I'd be horrified.
All right, Wilson. Wilson. So let me find him. Okay, so Roman Wilson. Hmm. That's the thing about Michigan players, man. Like, they don't get the most out there players like that. I guess the running backs they do, I guess. But man, he's gonna be athletic. He's gonna be fast. Play mostly in the slot. On the film, I mean, they made sure they got the ball in his hands. They would run plays, get the ball in his hand. But nothing really stood out on his film for me. I mean, he was a Senior Bowl standout. He stood out during the Senior Bowl practices. He's quick. He's fast. Like I said, he's gonna fit on anyone's roster. But I mean, I don't think he didn't earn any of my badges. Uh, if the NFL gives him second round draft capital, I'm interested. But I'm sure there are going to be other people that are more interested than me. Like, so he's going to be a decent wide receiver. Like, is he going to be a superstar? No. Be a decent wide receiver, I guess. Guess it depends on his draft capital and landing spot for me to determine how much I like him.
Yep. A guy who's going under the radar. Watch a little bit of his tape, and he really jumped out to me at the Senior Bowl. The kid from Florida, little wide receiver, Ricky.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
He,
Pearsall?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall. I like him. His stock is rising. Just on my radar, on my evaluation, his stock is rising.
During the
All right, Ricky. So I have Ricky in the same tier of a lot of wide receivers. Pretty much Roman Wilson, Johnny Wilson. Like I got them all in the same. Jalen Pope. I got them all in the same tier. Ricky Parcell. S played in the LCU. I mean, played in the SEC. Punt returner. He's athletic. At 40. Whew. Boy, jumper. 40. 40-inch vertical. Okay. Yeah. I mean, track the ball well. Most of the players. Yeah, decent. Then, like I said, it looks like he's more so going to earn an athletic badge than anything as far as production wise. So another one of these wide receivers, I guess we just got to see how you use it in the NFL. I mean, his film didn't nothing really stuck out on film to me, but he has some good qualities.
The Senior Bowl, I saw a lot of people say he is a prototypical Patriot, which for any other position would be a good thing. Wide receiver, we don't identify them well. So I hope for his case, that's not the case.
Yeah. Another guy that I got to look at is going in memory. Let
What
me get my
school?
other. I saw him at the Senior Bowl, and he pointed, made me write his name down. Baker. I don't know what school he's from. Might be.
Oh. Uh-oh. Hey. I've been I didn't say Baker name a couple weeks ago. Like when I was going to the Senior Bowl, he was my highest rated wide receiver at the Senior Bowl. So I'm curious what he has to say because I have about three badges next to the bait, but he has a production. He do have a high passes on target on target passes drop rate. I don't like that, but hey, this dude, he got when you get badges, or something you got multiple badges by your name. Only thing left is to get to draft capital. So if he get to draft capital, I'm all in. I'll own more Javon Baker than anyone else. Now, if he don't get the draft capital, he's dead to me. You know what? Hey, I don't got time to be chasing wide receivers without draft capital. But nah, he's good. He's good to me. Let's see what he have to say.
Not Virginia though. Man, bro, he got. Here's what I wrote. Does too much at the line. Just go, bro.
Okay.
Just go. Um, Another guy from Washington State, Smith Wade, that corner. Like him. Gonna do a breakdown of him.
Okay.
Like him. And Tulane Jackson, the wide receiver for Tulane. He sparked some interest. I like him. Sparked some interest in me. I like him.
All right.
I gotta go looking for this guy. Jaquan Jackson. Um, mm, mm, little fast receiver, probably, probably a special teamer. I don't. Probably a special teamer. He's a body catcher. You got small hands, you're little, and your body catch. I don't really like that.
All right.
I gotta do some more investigative work on him.
But so far, all right, Jaquan Jackson. So
Yep.
far, your overall feeling, if you're a team in need of a wide receiver, do you feel like this is a good draft to go find someone? Early
Oh yeah, yeah.
stages.
It's definitely a good draft to go get someone. Well, the fact of the matter is the draft is here, so it doesn't even matter if it's a good draft or not. This is who you are. You have what you have to do. Here's where guys get in trouble. You could be a really good player in college and get bamboozled because the team that drafts you doesn't have a good coach or they put you out of position. One of the best things that you can do as a scout is you got to figure out how does this player fit into our system.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, what I'm going to try to do, there's some players that I'm going to say, you know what, I like this kid. And based off what has happened in free agency,
Right.
like a Cincinnati Bengals, if they lose Todd,
Yeah. So, hey, what he's saying right there, I'm 100% with him. What he was saying at the end. I mean, you get him in the right system, use him correctly, please. But overall, this is definitely wide receiver class for you to go get your wide receiver. I'm gonna be honest with you. For the most part, I'm probably only drafting a handful of wide receivers. Like Marvin Harrison, Neighbors, Dunze, Troy Franklin, Jermaine Burton, Brian Brian Thomas. I don't know. I might be honest with you. Probably let other people draft Brian Thomas. We'll see. It's all about the landing spot. Javon Baker, if you get the draft capital. Xavier Worthy. Mm, depends on where he go. It's a depending on where he go. Um, Malik Washington, Jalen Coker, if he get any draft capital. I don't know about him. I got him, but I got him ranked decent. Lad McConkler depends on where you go. Um, Corley depends on where he go. Leggett depends on where he go. And that might be it. That may be it. You know, because I don't think anyone else that I have on my sheet will, I guess Johnny Wilson depends on where you go. Well, it depends on how he does at the combine, and then depends on where he go. But I don't think no one else will get the draft capital to make me, because there is another guy I do like, but he probably go undrafted. He did get an invite to the Senior Bowl. He probably got an invite to the combine, most likely. It's a twin. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. It's a Jaden Janke. Like there's two Janke twins, but one is better than the other one. There's a Jackson Janke and then a Jaden Janke, and Jaden is the better of the two. When I seen somebody someone had their rankings and just ranked them like next to each other, and I was like, oh bullshit. These rankings are bullshit. I ain't gonna say who, but also it was someone else on Twitter that said, man, their rankings are pretty much bullshit too. But already been here a minute. Good stuff with Steve Smith. Like I might have to share another episode with him. But peace. Until next time, man. I hope y'all liked it. Drop a like, comment. Peace.